And welcome back to the South Point Arena Casino Equestrian Center Spa Bowling Presentation Center, etc., at the south end of Las Vegas Boulevard in Las Vegas, Nevada, for the 13th annual D3Hoops.com Classic. Swinging back into men's basketball action this afternoon or evening, depending on where you're at, as number 21 Pomona-Pitzer takes on number 22 Trinity University of Texas. I'm Pat Coleman, joined by Gordon Mann, Dave McHugh, producing this game, which is our 11th game of this tournament. Just 5 to go. And Pomona-Pitzer here playing in a game for the first time. They will be taking on the Tigers of Trinity University. And the Tigers starting in the backcourt. Well, backcourt, that's not right, but it's the number 6'9" junior forward, Braxton Berry. Christian Green, 6'6", freshman swingman. Jacob Harvey, 5'11", junior guard. Tanner Brown, 6'3", senior guard. And Jacob Millhouse, number 14, 6'3", junior guard. Tigers, of course, coached by Jimmy Smith in his 4th year at Trinity, 65 and 15 overall. Now for Pomona-Pitzer. Starts in the backcourt with a 6'6" junior out of Mercer Island, Washington, number 5, Joe Cookson. Joined in the backcourt by number 11, a 5'10" junior guard out of Novato, California, Peyton Malarkey. Ty Bergman, a 6'7" junior forward out of Denver, Colorado, wearing number 21. Pete Boyle, a 6'8" junior forward out of Boulder, Colorado, wearing number 44. And number 12, Jasper Heaton, a 6'5" freshman guard out of Winona, Minnesota, making the trip out to Claremont, California. Claremont, California, making the trip here. Gordon, Pomona-Pitzer here at this event for the first time. This is another one of those SCIAC schools that doesn't have very far to come, and it's a program with a good amount of success, especially recently in NCAA Division III men's basketball.
Yes, Sagehead's coming in after the rare at-large bid into the tournament last year. Undefeated this year. You know, Charlie Katsiafikis has had a lot of really good teams over the years. Best one was 26-3 back in 2019. This one has a chance to be even better or just as good. Win here today against a team that is in their region, not in their time zone, but in their region, would be very, very important in terms of their resume. Again, either team, both teams. That's true for the Tigers as well. A chance to get a win over a team that you will probably be on the table and compared to in come regional ranking time.
Indeed. Pomona-Pitzer was one of the teams left in the field in 2020 when the whole tournament collapsed under the weight of COVID-19. Pomona-Pitzer in the white, and it's Trinity in the maroon, and it's controlled by Pomona-Pitzer. They will be going left to right across your screen here in the first half of action. White uniforms, dark blue numbers with orange trim for the orange and blue of Pomona-Pitzer. 2 schools out of 5 of the Claremont colleges in Claremont, California. The other 3 compete as Claremont Mudd Scripps. That's Claremont, Harvey Mudd, and Scripps College. Pomona-Pitzer coming in at 9-0. Trinity 12-0. Not bad. It's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's a close game. Last night's undefeated top 25 battle was pretty lopsided by the end of the game, but the Tigers had a very close win against Clark, so.
That is true. Cookson, shot no good. Braxton Berry picks up foul number 1. Trinity is in the scarlet or maroon with white numerals and black trim. Cooksen's first shot is good. Glad to have ear coverings.
That's very shrill screaming there from some of the Trinity fans. They probably have the best fan support because of the two programs being here together, and a little shorter drip than it would be for Rhodes, or I guess not for Laverne, but both programs for Trinity are very good, so that helps as well.
Harvey from the corner with the three-pointer. You want to know a little bit more about Harvey? You can hear about his frustration of not making 14 out of 14 free throws, that and more, in a D3Hoops.com Classic conversation, which you can find on our website or on our YouTube channel. We still use YouTube. There's a shot that is good for Heaton.
Next year, you can do TikTok with a player, dances with a player or a coach from each team.
I don't think so.
No? All right.
I have to bring one of my children to do that, I think.
Harvey
I occasionally occasionally talk, but I almost never tick. Three in the corner, and the other side, Harvey rattles that one in as well.
Harvey hit the big three last night to beat Clark. Just a real clutch shot after the Tigers had watched a fairly comfortable lead disappear. That's over and back.
It is. It's actually 10 seconds either way.
Yeah.
Shot clock down to 20, and that is out of time. Party over. Whoops.
So Pomona-Pitzer playing the role of getaway team, where they come in just as other teams are leaving. First men's game, so all the teams that are leaving, though, are women. So
that's right.
At least they haven't seen, not like Mary Hart and Baylor when they came in and pretty much the entire tournament was over and they played the last two teams remaining.
Three-pointer on the way from the corner for Millhouse, no good.
Since this is Pitzer's first game in the Classic, talk a little bit about their schedule. Their last win was almost 2 weeks ago against La Sierra, and I don't know how good NAIA La Sierra is, but the last win before that was 2 weeks before, so they've had effectively one game in a month.
Ty Bergman with the baseline jumper. Right, they played out of conference. They played East Texas Baptist. They played UC Santa Cruz twice. They played Carleton at Claremont.
I'm not familiar with Stanton, which is on our roster. Have you?
Yeah. No, I tried to skip over them. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
They played George Fox. Obviously, they have won all these games, and of course, they were 20-7 last year, and 22-5 the year before, and 24-5 the previous full season, and 26-3 the year before that. And Coach Katz has been there since time immemorial. He was the Division III men's basketball national committee chair when we started this thing in '98.
Well, yeah, been a long time since he's been there. Took the reins famously from Greg Popovich in
that guy.
1989, his first year.
Basket good by Tanner Brown. Tigers up by 2, 8-6. Dribbling in the corner, baseline jumper, and that one goes down for Pete Boyle.
Well, Cookson is the guy to watch for the Sage Hens. Leads the team in scoring, steals, field goal percentage at 63%, three-point percentage at 58%, which looks like a typo, and free throw percentage at 83%. I mean, those are unbelievable percentages.
Those are percentages.
This is Cookson right here. And he's second on the team in assists.
Boyle's shot no good. And unable to come up with a rebound is Braxton Berry. He had the ball, fell to the floor.
Cookson first team All-SCIAC last year. Bergman second team. Sage Hens also had the player of the year. Graduated. He was a junior, I believe. They're finished early or decided to go somewhere else.
He's not the one who decided on the plane to the All-Star game to not participate in the All-Star game.
Mora? Right? I don't know if that name rings a bell or not. On the way to the All-Star game? Really?
There was somebody who did that.
Wow.
Just decided, no, actually, I will use that extra year of eligibility at some other level.
I got you, yeah. I was looking at the All-Star. I forgot that they have one, but they have an All-Star team for the women's, for the WBCA. Half those players are still playing because they don't actually play a game.
Since you don't play a game, you don't give up that eligibility. And then Christian Green with the travel.
Yeah.
Green, an amazing game yesterday for the freshman.
He is playing in Division 1. Well, I don't know. What is Chaminade? 1 or 2?
2, but they're in Hawaii, so that's fun.
Right, exactly.
That's
Division Hawaii. That's all you need to know.
That's right.
So that's where Brendan Moore is. Can't fault him for that.
Yes, that's the guy. There is a foul.
Fouls of the Tigers, number 35, Zach Fenn. That is his first.
Zach Fenn picks up foul number 1.
Might be the only place that you can think of in college basketball where you go, you're playing in Southern California. How much better can it get? Oh, Chaminade?
Hawaii says, hold my Mai Tai. Turnover for Pomona-Pitzer. Pomona-Pitzer, the Sage Hens. Do not call them Pomona or just Pitzer. Especially not Pitzer.
That would be just, yeah.
That'd be rude. Pretty much most of these guys actually go to Pomona. You can go to either school. Here's Fenn for 3, no good. Typically that is actually on the roster. And there we go, we've got...
Yeah, they do have that.
That's pretty evenly split. It might be maybe 2/3, 1/3 Pomona. 5 schools that all overlap each other geographically. You might have someone from your arch rival in your philosophy class or whatever. In your chem lab. Owen Avdalovich picking up foul number 2. Harvey for 3. This one's good as well. He's working his way around the world. 3rd 3 of the night. Or afternoon, if you prefer.
And about the same spot where he hit last night's game winner.
Bergman. Swung around for Moser. Moser lets it fly. Shot no good.
Sage Hens have really good height. They're long at every position. And sometimes will cause teams to do that in response. Whoops. Oh. Nice recovery eventually, maybe.
Yep, and
There you
finishes. Charlie Treen's 6'8", sophomore. Boyles 6'8", Bergman 6'7", Avdalovich 6'6", Heaton 6'5", Cookson 6'4".
And these guys are, I mean, you could tell from the screen, but they are long, long arms, long legs, good wingspan.
I shorted Cookson a couple of inches, 6'6". It's Moser who's 6'4". Indeed, they are big. They are big. Look at that. It's like that Stevens Point team that won the national championship with the big, long arms playing that zone.
It's like the body and the arms stop, and then they start all over again.
Shot clock 4, and this one's no good. There will be a foul on the floor on the rebound because the rebound was on the floor.
And Moser cleared out. Good sportsmanship as he scoops up the man he blasted. Oh, they're going to give it to Bergman. Okay. Jasper Heaton checks in for the Sage Hens from Winona, Minnesota.
Out of Winona Senior High School. Harvey again.
Got to move him off that spot.
I mean, he's hit from both corners and that spot. He's 4 for 5 so far. Have to move him off of a lot of spots, and there is a turnover for Pomona-Pitzer, bringing the ball up the floor. Treen will come back into the game.
That was, I'm just going to shift around who they're got on the bench.
So note the scoreboard here says 14-12, and that's what we've got, but the live stats do say 14-13. I'm sure that's a discrepancy they'll clear up when time allows. Harvey. Hayden Moser playing him a little loosely, and Christian Green traveled.
Right now, Harvey counting for almost all of the offense. 12 points on 4 threes. Brown with the basket. Avdalovich checks out of the game. He's got a couple of fouls.
Up ahead, quickly, ball moving, shot no good. Harvey skies for the rebound. Pushing it up 3-on-3. Taking it himself and getting it to fall. Harvey giving up good 6 inches to anybody who he's in transition with there, and that did not bother him one bit. Long 3 on the way, no good off the back iron for Cookson. Offensive rebound, Cookson gets it back, slashes down the paint, get the basket, and he'll go to the line.
Nice smooth delivery there from Cookson. Good offensive rebound to give the Sage Hens a second chance opportunity. Pitzer on the season. Oh, I did it. Sorry, Pomona-Pitzer on the season. I called them Pitzer. 13th best rebound margin in the country, again, 400 teams. So that's very, very good. 10.3 rebounds per game. And it's not that they, their offensive, their own rebounding is okay. 40 rebounds per game. They just, don't miss a lot of shots, I guess, if you have guys shooting 63%. That could be part of it.
Yeah, they are shooting 46% as a team.
How is that only 88th in the country? How are there 87 teams better than that? Seems odd.
Look at the research staff on it.
Yeah.
Harvey in the corner. Yeah, he had to fake a man up this time. This time he missed. Abdullah Roberts got that rebound, and then it's finally controlled out by Balo. Balo taking himself. A little runner doesn't go. And the Sage Hens will bring it back up the floor. They trail 16-15, probably. And there's an offensive foul.
Boyle picks up his first foul on an illegal screen. Say that he went too wide with his arms. Boyle, one of a couple of guys for the Sage Hens who started every single game. Good consistency in their starting lineup, which means they knew what they wanted from the beginning and haven't had to move off of that because of injuries.
Harvey and Fenn kind of playing a two-man game here. Fenn's going to take it to the hole, gets around his defender, and up for 2. (18-15) our score. Trinity in front. 12 of those points on Jacob Harvey three-pointers.
Bergman calling for the ball down in the post. Sage Hens like to keep it around the perimeter instead.
Boyle's 3, no good. Offensive rebound, and then
Moser got fouled.
Trying to battle his way up with the basketball. So Moser will go to the line. He's just 4 of 5 from the foul line this season.
Pomona-Pitzer shoots 37% from 3. That's, again, very good. 41st in the country. But just, they're under 70% from the foul line.
Swung outside, 3 on the way for Malarkey, and that is good.
Now, Cookson is not alone in his ridiculous percentage. Malarkey shoots 46%. Steal for the Sage Hens.
Here's Heaton. Shot no good. Kind of blocked out of his hands. The putback attempt no good for Treen.
Foul on the floor? Trinity, I guess? That whistle came while the ball was still in the air, off the glass.
Braxton Berry called for the foul.
Complete that thought. Cookson shoots 58% from 3, Malarkey 46, and Heaton 48.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Look forward to seeing what they can do when they have the different backdrop. We saw the difference it made for Trinity, where Trinity was, they took a lot, the Trinity women took a lot of threes in the first half, didn't hit much, and it looked like, kind of a disjointed offense. And then they got on the better backdrop, and they started making everything in the third quarter. Finished with 14 threes in that game. Trinity women winning earlier today.
We're watching the statisticians and the
trying to figure out the
official book, and one of our officials, Nakeem Floyd, having a conversation about what is the actual score. The word has finally gotten around to the other side of the building.
That 1 point is material at this point.
May well be. Start scrolling back, Dave. He's like, no,
I
we
guess
still
a
don't
2
do that.
someone thought was a 3 or something to that effect.
I mean,
I don't know what
math
else
would
be.
suggest. I know.
You could just read off the play-by-play box score for him. Gettysburg 56, WPI 38. That's a final WPI in the top 25, I believe, 12th or something like that.
It's not a lot of points for WPI.
It's true.
Apparently, Gettysburg ended that game on a 25-7 run.
Okay. Also a eye-opening result for Calvin as they got absolutely blasted by UW-Platteville, 78-56.
I don't know if anybody wants to be number one when we have another poll next week. I guess Hampton-Sydney / Guilford.
Right, yeah. Could they split the vote somehow? I mean, that's basically what you had this time around.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Them and 9 other teams beat Scranton this year, including Goucher.
John Carroll, number 1 team in the country until the next poll comes out, defeated Wheaton of Illinois 96-87. That game was all tied up at the half. Now we're 18-18. That is our score. Glad we got that all settled. Better now than at the end of the game.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the game's over. They actually had 1 more point than you.
Malarkey outside for Heaton. Shot on the way with the shot clock expiring. No good, rebounded by Green. Green the other day, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals. Shot 7 of 19. Quiet here in the early going.
Yeah, everybody is but Harvey, who's got 14 points. The rest of the team combined is about 2 for 9.
Abdullah Roberts shot no good.
2 for 8.
Now 2 for 9. You were
prescient.
Yes. Baseline jumper, that is no good. Around and off for Boyle. Back the other way, Brown.
Oh, wow.
Does not deliver.
Long arms everywhere.
Malarkey, one of the few sub-6-footers on this team. Treen for Boyle. For Heaton. 16-footers, good.
So Sage Hens by 2. Seems like the lead should be larger. It would be if it weren't for that guy right there, Harvey.
Here's Green. Green shot blocked, but Abdullah Roberts right there for the putback.
30-second timeout. So you vote in the men's poll. How hard has it been to choose a number 1 team?
Well, the fun thing, the nice thing about voting in the men's poll this year is like every week I just throw out the entire ballot and start over. You know, usually you anchor a little bit to what you did the week before, but frankly, there's so much new each and every week that at this point I'm just like, yeah, all right, wipe the slate entirely clean and let's see what we've got now.
To what do you attribute that? Is this teams who are cycling through the COVID extra year, and so now you're just generally seeing a reset or something else?
I think there's a combination. I think there's definitely a good amount of that. You know, you have all those guys who transferred into John Carroll before last season.
Right.
They're continuing to gel, continuing to play with each other. Case Western Reserve, obviously we talked about on yesterday's game, a bunch of new influx of transfers. And then, you know, you've got a team like Hampton-Sydney who's got, you know, Caleb Kimbrough, still a relatively new coach in that role, rebuilding that program back up. I think there's a combination of that. Guilford's a surprise to me. I'm impressed by, you know, what they're getting done down in Greensboro, and you know, I think it's kind of a team-by-team thing. But yeah, I think, you know, maybe even more volatility than usual because there are so many guys who are like 23, 24 years old.
Right. Yeah.
experienced guys who come in kind of as free agents.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, it does. It's taken on that almost NBA type of feel where guys, or and this happens on the women's side too, where they move around.
Yeah, we have seen that. And we have. Okay.
It's weird though. Isn't it from a coverage perspective? It's weird to see players who you're used to 3 or 4 years on one team playing 1 or 2 on another.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It makes things fun and interesting, and I'm all for all of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Three-pointer good by Dean Balo.
Yeah, if that's what the young men and women want to do, and move around and maximize either athletic or academic or other opportunities. It's great that they have that opportunity.
3 on the way for Malarkey, and that is good.
Yep.
Nearly turned over in the backcourt.
It looked like Cookson pretty clearly kicked that.
Green's just going to take it to the hole and finish.
Yeah.
Christian Green on the board for the first time today. 25-23 Tigers. Tigers and the Sage Hens on a neutral floor probably favor Tigers over any type of chicken.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
You're probably an expert on chicken mascots.
I have a thing for foul mascots, but not. Yeah, I think the Tigers have the pretty clear advantage.
Foul with a W.
Yes.
Harvey. Here's Millhouse. Back to Harvey. Open for 3. Around and off. Offensive rebound. Green. Back out to Harvey. He's like, no, I'm too close. Gives it up. That 3 ball no good by Tanner Brown. Seriously, he's standing there about 19 feet away from the basket. It's like, I'm not taking that shot.
Both teams are getting a lot of points on second chance opportunities.
There's a bucket by Cookson.
Cookson now with 5. Both teams shooting pretty well too, both over 40%, and that's not going to hurt the average any.
There's another 3
Tigers
for Harvey.
6 of 12 from outside. Harvey almost all of that damage. He's got 5 on his own. Looking at the record book, huh? Making you think about it.
Yeah, the individual record for threes in a game for a men's player at this tournament is just 8, Jess.
Okay.
8's a big number. 6 gets him on the leaderboard. The shot is no good. Green with the board. Green gets it back from Harvey. He's going to take it. Nope, kick it out. Brown splits the defenders. Left-hander won't fall. Rebounded by Hedin. Malarkey with the basketball, picks it up. Hedin, cross court for Cookson, 3 in the corner for Malarkey. He says, I can answer all of those 3s.
Malarkey has an interesting stroke. It's like the old Reggie Miller stroke where his hands cross over when he shoots.
I understand Reggie Miller was quite good at shooting basketballs.
Yeah, it worked, right?
It just seems so strange.
It looked odd, but it was certainly highly effective.
Avdalovich inside for Bergman. Malarkey, Cookson.
Yeah.
Floater, no good.
Ball knocked away by his own teammate.
Brown with the board, 4 on 3. Stops, pops for Millhouse, no good. Pomona-Pitzer with the rebound.
Lots of guys waiting to check in now. Oh, wide open. Well, oops.
Hedin no good, and the putback will come after the whistle.
Balls on the Tigers, number 14, Jacob Millhouse. That's his first, and team 7.
We need a timeout.
We do. Tigers got 4 fresh bodies waiting to check in. Ty Williams, I think it's Grayson Herr, Zach Fenn, and Grant Jacobs. All guys who played in just about every game this year for the Tigers, so all part of the rotation.
Hedin's second shot, no good. Grayson Herr with the basketball out of Farmington, Connecticut. Ty Williams And here's Jacob Harvey, the man with 5 threes, 17 of the 28 points. And a stutter and a travel by Ty Williams. 8th turnover.
Yeah, this 348 here for Trinity is important. They are only down 3, but they're down 3 shooting 50% with one guy making 5 threes. I don't know that relying on an offense where one guy shoots 60% from 3 is sustainable.
Yeah, that's fair. Moser picks up his dribble, somehow gets between 2 defenders, but no, Harvey takes it away. Harvey gonna go against Malarkey, and this is gonna be a foul on the floor.
I thought Malarkey, well,
Still
we'll see
be.
they have a much better angle and actually know what they're doing. So.
Foul still be on Hayden Moser. Moser number 1, 6 team fouls. So Trinity will inbound underneath the basket, and both teams will be in the bonus here the rest of the half. Zach Fenn with the basketball. Loft pass inside. Jacobs gives it up. Out on the perimeter, 3 ball on the way, and that is good for Grayson Herr. Grayson Herr, a 36% 3-point shooter.
Yeah, only averages 3 points per game, so he doesn't get a lot of opportunities, but shoots well from out there.
This is pretty much right at his average then.
Yes, that's right. He's done for the day.
Malarkey with the basketball, 2:52 and counting remaining in the first half, and inside, drawing the foul is Ty Bergman.
Fouls on the Tigers, number 42, Grant Jacobs. That is his first. The team's A.
Yeah.
Jacobs foul number 1, 8th team.
The Tigers would like that. Braxton Berry anchoring the post, but he's got 2 fouls already. He's 6'9". Other guys, Christian Green is a swing at 6'6".
Second shot does not fall. Williams with the board.
A couple of bigger bodies who don't play very much for the Tigers, so Berry would be the guy to
Nice
match
little
up.
fall away off glass for Grayson Herr. Tigers retake the lead, 33-32.
Not a good decision from Cookson.
Moser for Malarkey. Long range shot, no good. Offensive rebound, fresh 20 seconds.
Tigers fans want it over the back
That's not an actual call.
on Bergman.
Malarkey brings it around. Now here's Cookson driving from the right. Step back baseline jumper. Nope. It's going to be offensive foul.
Offensive foul against the St. John's.
That's on Cookson.
That's his first.
His first.
Sixth. Checking in for the St. John's, number 44, Pete Boyle.
Boyle checks back in, 4 points. Sapiens have 6 different scorers. Tigers have 7. But 17 from one guy, Harvey.
And 16 for the rest.
Yeah.
Ty Williams. There's Harvey. And Harvey will draw the foul on the floor. This will be a 1-on-1 situation.
That's good news for him. He's an 86% free throw shooter. Tigers as a team, not great, 69%. A little below average in Division III.
Checking in for the St. John's, number 12, Jasper Hedin.
Hedin returns for the Sapiens. He's got 8 points in 11 minutes.
At the line for the Tigers, number 10, Jacob Harvey, 1-1.
Harvey 10 of 14 from the line yesterday. Makes this first one. Harvey 86% free throw shooter coming into the weekend. His
Checking in for the St. John's,
percentage
number 21,
dipped a little bit yesterday.
He replaces number 33, Charlie Trainer.
Jimmy Smith talking behind the play with a couple of his players. Ty Williams. Giving them instructions on defense.
Second shot good for Harvey. Harvey now with 19. Harvey averaging 13.3 points a game. 5'11 junior guard out of Huffman, Texas. Has staked his team to a 3-point lead with a little under 1.5 to go here in the first half. Malarkey tied out near midcourt. Moser gets it underneath, and a basket for Ty Bergman. Just a big, strong move for a big guy.
And just overpowers Ty Williams.
6'7" over 6'5". Harvey in the corner. Oh my God.
6 for 9.
How does he keep getting open?
Yeah, 6 for 9 from 3 and 7 for 10 overall.
4th most threes made by a men's player here at the D3 Hoops Classic, with a little over 20 minutes to go in the game. Malarkey. Shot clock at 10. Here's Moser. Being harassed by Fenn.
Good defense.
Boyle. Shot clock is at 2. Hadid's got to get it off. I don't think it's good. I think that was late for what it's worth, but no matter. Trinity gets the rebound.
Chance to go up 6 or better. Hold for the last shot. I'm sure the Tigers will do that.
That they can do. And they get it into the hands of Harvey. Harvey needed a screen to get the ball 45 feet away from the basket. Fenn,
another screen there.
Under
Malarkey
3 seconds.
chasing him.
Williams' shot rattles out at the buzzer, and we're going to go to the half with Trinity University, the number 22 team in the country, leading number 21, Pomona-Pitzer, 38-34. Put the upset alert tag on this. I'm kidding. But
Voters got it wrong.
We got a great game here at the half. We'll be back with more in a little bit. At the half, Trinity fans, stick around. We'll be talking with women's basketball head coach Cameron Hill. Gordon Mann talked with him earlier this afternoon, and that will air here at the half. We'll be back after this. 38-34, Trinity over Pomona-Pitzer.
More schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
Welcome, Gordon Mann here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the 2023 D3Hoops.com Classic, joined by Trinity Tigers head coach Cameron Hill. Coach, we said at the end of today's broadcast that was a mentally tough win against Framingham State. They pushed you, but you guys came out with the victory in the end.
Yeah, you know, we're very fortunate to have been in their situation several times where you're carrying a long winning streak, and as much fun as that is, and as much as everybody wants that and they want to accomplish those incredible moments during seasons, that streak gets heavy, you know, and it's like sooner or later, if you're really lucky, you can keep it going the whole way, but it's rare. And so we kind of came in with the attitude like, if we just keep applying pressure and play our brand, you know, we can keep the pressure on them and maybe make a few plays, and it ended up working out well for us today, and we finally got the ball to go in the basket.
Now, you guys have played a tough stretch here. I watched the Trinity Texas Lutheran game where you guys were down a ton and then came back. Close loss to Willamette, close loss to Puget Sound, close win today. What's the difference for your team between a close win and a close loss in those situations?
Well, just to be clear, all respect to Willamette, that was not a close loss.
Okay.
You know, the others were good games. It's just, for our level, the value that we put on academics is real. And so when finals come around, it's really hard to have meaningful practices if you're giving the girls what they need to study for their tests.
Right.
So we haven't had a full contact practice since before finals. And you know, along the way, we've lost some players and had some new players and had some injuries. And, you know, it's normal life. And you got to keep it all in perspective. So without practice and with trying to intelligently manage all of the little things that have been happening in our home, like, we've been able to battle. And I've been proud of them the whole way. Yesterday was hard, you know, but I think they came back today with a clear mind and they were able to play our brand of basketball. And I mean, to come out of here with a win and to head home back to conference, I'm really proud of it. I'm excited to see where we go from here.
This is not a team that's used to having losing streaks of any kind. What specifically did they have to do to put it out of their mind on a turnaround of basically 24 hours?
I think most of them threw up, honestly.
That's one way to do it.
They're not comfortable with it either.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have to choose between being comfortable losing and being uncomfortable losing, I'm taking the second one every single time. So, you know, going through human things is important for people. And that's what we've been going through. And I feel great about what we can do from here. and we're going to work hard to get healthy. And, if we can peak at the right time, I think we're a real problem.
So you mentioned the fact that you're going through some things. You lose Natalie to injury. I know it'll be a little bit before she comes back. You add another Natalie through the transfer portal. How do you guys piece things together without having practices? How do you make adjustments? Let me ask you one question at a time. Will it change how you play? I think the answer is no.
Yeah, no, but yes. So, we have never played since I've been at Trinity an entire game in the quarter court. And today we committed to playing quarter court defense the whole time. We need to get better at that. Never. We've always pressed.
Wow.
So doing that was a big step for me, but also a great opportunity for them to link together and do this together today. And I thought the bench energy was great. But I think you have to get outside your comfort zone in situations like this, and you have to push your team into new areas where you can find a couple things that are going to help you down the stretch. So that was what today was all about, man. Unorthodox game plan for us, but offensively I think it kept our legs in it on the second day of a back-to-back, and that's why we made shots. So
and that's important because the second day of the back-to-back is what you see, obviously, when you get to the tournament.
You bet.
You mentioned finding new things to get through things. Well, you found a new thing in Reedy, a really good point guard. She hits the backbreaker today, all-tournament team for us. Talk to us about how you found the freshman guard and what she means.
She's in our backyard, man. She played at Bernie, which is 45 minutes from us, and she played for her mom, and she played in a really good high school program. And, they're a basketball family. She's the type of competitor that we want at Trinity. And, recruiting is hard for all of us in the Division III game, but when you find the type of players that really fit what you want to do, you need to get them. And that's what happened with her. And not only is she a good individual player, but her competitive enthusiasm a lot of nights will drive our other players to get to their peak performance too. So, and they do that for her. So she's special, but a big reason why she's special is because her teammates believe in her and they get her opportunities to do what she does well. So credit to the whole group.
So with Natalie Anderson out for a little while for injury, who steps up and plays a different or a bigger role for you?
Man, yeah, it's true. It's by committee. Yeah. I mean, we've had 4 or 5 different starting lineups since that happened, and every single player that we've put in that position has done a great job trying to help our team. And nothing but good things can come from that. When people finally get the opportunities they've been waiting for and they feel like they're getting a chance to do some things that they haven't done before. Losing sucks, but you piece it together and you get to today and you win this game. That's a great boost for us moving forward. So,
2 more questions for you. The first one a little offbeat, and I'm sure you've told this story before, but Elaine King fouls out today, but before she leaves, she goes over to the Framingham State bench. What is that?
That's the way basketball should be played. That's respect. That coach does a great job with his program, and we want to make sure we shake their hand when we foul out of the game. It's just a thing that I really believe in.
Cool. I've never seen that before.
It's like the timeout when Flannery got hurt in the first half. There's just things that we got to keep in mind as coaches at this level that are more important than winning. And I think character and doing the right thing and protecting the players, whether they're your players or the other team's players, should be something that we be mindful of. So, that's just what we do.
And then the last question for you. I know the men's team is here. They got a big game coming up. They supported you. I'm sure you'll hang out for that game. And you want to get back and have a practice, your first one in a month or so. Yeah. Will you have time to do anything else while you're here?
Yeah, no, this for me was a business trip. I've been to Vegas a handful of times already. So, I know the girls have enjoyed Las Vegas with their families, and that's another thing we believe in a lot at Trinity is families an important, part of everything we do. So it's been good for them, but I think this afternoon they're going to shower up and get packed, and then we'll come back and watch our men, and then we fly out tonight. So back home, hopefully get some healthy practices in and get ready for Shriner.
The Tigers will head home with a victory after beating Framingham State. He's Coach Cameron Hill, and this is the D3Hoops.com Classic.
The beautiful thing about a liberal arts education is you have to take classes all over the place.
So I think we're very versatile in terms of what we learn and what we know.
And because of that, you might find love in an area of study that you've never been exposed to before.
And here at Rhodes, you can make that a double major, you can make that a minor. Anything that you can think of, you can kind of take that and run with it. And Rhodes is here to support you through that.
Out here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the 2023 D3Hoops.com Classic, I'm Patrick Coleman with another Classic Conversation. We're talking with Zoe Goodson, head coach of Rhodes. His team defeated Whittier by the score of 84-79 here in the first game at the Classic. This is take 2 on this interview, so you already know what the first question is, Coach. So I'm just going to say, first off, congratulations. Good game.
I appreciate it. Our guys fought hard, and all the credit to Whittier as well. They played a really good, hard-fought game.
All right, let me ask you, this is your first experience in Division III at any level, assistant, head coach, player, whatever. How's Division III treating you so far?
I love it. Division III has been great to me. It's my first head coaching job, so worked at a lot of Division I schools and coming into here. But the biggest thing that I really enjoy about Division III is you get a chance to run your own program, and you're doing everything from top to bottom. And so it's an opportunity to really, and for those guys that, when I was at another level, we had certain jobs. And so now I've got a chance to really respect and understand what everybody was doing, because you got to do it all. And so really enjoy it. It's been great to me. And one of the things we talked about earlier is that, at this level, you can work through some of your mistakes as a coach without the microscope being on you. So it's been really good. I really enjoy it. And I love how much passion these D3 athletes play with every single day. Sometimes at the upper levels are there because they're really talented. Maybe they don't always want it as much. These guys want it all the time.
Playing at a tournament like this might be as much microscope as you get in a regular season game. When you go back and look at this game, a game in which you guys probably expected to not have to battle all the way to the final buzzer, right? What are you looking back at to try to work on for next game here, next games down the road?
Well, we shot the ball not really great at all from the three-point line. We were top 10 in the country coming into this game and three-point field goal percentage. And so we're used to the three ball working for us. Today it worked against us. So we're going to get a lot of shots up tomorrow. Understanding this arena, backdrops are different on each end.
And different than most D3 arenas or gyms.
Correct. And D3 gyms and arenas are shooters' gyms usually. Yeah. And so our opportunity to get better there and move on from a bad shooting game. But the biggest thing I'm really proud of right now, and I'll look on the film, is, it's a hard-fought game on both ends. I mean, both teams were diving on the floor, worked their butts off the entire game. And so really can't wait to go back. We out-rebounded by 20. I want to go back and watch these rebounds. Okay. It's our first game that we've out-rebounded someone by that many. So I want to see what we picked up there and try to work on continuing that for the future.
I was thinking, too, if your guys can manage shooting here, where they could stand to replace the lights sometime in the past decade or so, and with the big shooting backdrops, like going to the Hangar Dome at Millsaps and Jackson should be more of a piece of cake.
And that's why we wanted to be here, right, is to prepare us for a conference, because we have unique gyms in the SA, and so our opportunity to come here and do that, look, if we can master it by Saturday, then we'll feel really good about going places like that. But at the end of the day, what a great opportunity for these young men, all these young men and us as a program to be a part of this, and we really appreciate everybody bringing us out.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Rhodes women's team is here as well, so you guys have a little bit of a built-in kind of rooting interest for you guys for each other too.
Yeah, it's been nice, and an opportunity to travel together, so our teams can bond. Our teams are already really close, but seeing them all hang out together in the airport and then come together yesterday was it's just really great to see the teams really cheering for each other and want each other to win.
Tell me a little bit about just the process of, taking up a new job with a program where you're coming in and you have an opportunity to get your class in, but there's a bunch of guys who are already here. You got to learn them, learn what they've done, and that sort of thing. What's that been like?
It was unique, in the sense that I took it in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah. So I didn't get to meet my team until 8 months after I got the job. Really, about 10 months after I got the job. So during that time, it was a lot of Zooms and a lot of phone calls. So that was one of the most unique situations I think I'll ever see in my coaching career, to be honest with you. But getting to know those guys, there were some really good pieces here. Jalen Essick and Koki Wiley both left the program their senior year as first team all-conference. So really good piece. I'm really lucky there. But now we've got everybody in that, we finally got last year to a point where we could play our style of play with the pieces, and everybody saw that we started playing a lot quicker. Today we got up 77 shots and still turned the ball over a bunch. We had an opportunity to get up about 90 shots, and we would have taken care of the ball. But at the end of the day, we're trying to play at a really high tempo, and so we've got the right folks in place now to do that.
All right, so lots of teams come here and treat this as a business trip, but of course there are other things to do in Las Vegas as well. What are the kind of Vegas-y things you guys have on the plans for this?
Well, the biggest thing that these guys wanted to do, they wanted to go to Top Golf Las Vegas. And so we're going to...
You don't have Top Golf in Memphis?
We do.
All right.
And that's what they want to do. Everybody's heard about Top. So we're going to try to take advantage of that. But the restaurants, everybody had a request for all the good eats. And so they're going to get a chance tonight to walk the strip and enjoy it. Not because we don't have a game until Saturday. But dinner and Top Golf, that's what they want to go and compete. They've already got the whole bracket drawn out, and we got a little Top Golf tournament coming up.
Shout out to Mike McGrath and University of Chicago, whose team did Top Golf when they were here. That might have been just last year. The years really run together. Coach, congratulations on a win here so far, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having us.
That's Zoe Goodson, head men's basketball coach at Rhodes, here at the D3Hoops.com Classic.
Being at a liberal arts school and majoring in business, it definitely gives you both perspectives because I'm taking classes about art and music. I've been taking religious studies classes, but then I'm also taking these very specific classes about accounting or statistics and finance. So I'm glad that I went to a liberal arts school because I definitely got a completely different side of the education rather than just being a business major.
Back out here at the half, getting you ready for half number 2 of action in this battle of unbeatens here at the D3Hoops.com Classic. 38-34, Trinity with the lead. You see there the numbers, shooting pretty even, 1 extra field goal made for Trinity. Of course, a little bit extra around the 3-point line. Just picture that Trinity took 5 extra threes and made them all.
Wow.
Rebounding 20-15 advantage for Trinity. Pretty even on the turnover margin. Of course, it's Jacob Harvey leading all scorers with 22 points. 7 of 10 from the floor, 6 of 9 from downtown, 2 of 2 from the foul line. Obviously, keeping him contained or hoping he cools off. Got to be a big portion of the second half for Pomona-Pitzer, Gordon.
Yeah, I mentioned that, it doesn't seem like a sustainable offense. And who knows? Guys do have games where they just go berserk like this. But the other side of that for the Tigers is their top 2 scorers on the team are not Jacob Harvey. They're Christian Green and Tanner Brown. And those 2 guys have 4 points combined.
Yeah.
So
right.
If both, regress to the mean, so to speak, they're going to be okay because those 2 guys will fill in the points that Harvey does not score. Or, in a perfect world, you get all 3 of them going.
Very limited to 6 minutes and 41 seconds in the first half because of foul trouble. Green, I saw, getting extra stretched out by a member of the athletic training staff before this second half started.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He's the one, though, that I would look at and say, okay, he's the one they can get going because he has a size advantage on the Pomona-Pitzer point guards. It's the only spot on the floor where Trinity has a size advantage.
Pomona-Pitzer working on the basket to our left here in the second half. They're the ones in the white with the blue numbers and the orange trim. Hedin with the basketball. Dumps it off for Cookson. Cookson shot no good. Putback doesn't go.
This is killing his shooting percentage.
Hedin in the lane, no good either, and Barry with the rebound.
I'm saying that because Cookson shoots 63% from the floor and 58% from 3.
Well, not anymore.
Right now.
2 of 5 in the first half, and then I guess 0 of 2 right there. Hedin with 8 in the first half. Bergman with 7. Cookson with 7.
Is that our perfect proof that it's harder to shoot here when the guy who shoots 64% comes here and shoots 25%?
I mean, also you got the rust thing, right?
Right. Yeah. As we mentioned, yeah, because the Sagans have effectively played 1 game in a month against La Sierra, and I don't know. They don't seem to have a real deep rotation as it is, but
it's Green
who knows
going
how
up
they
and
played that one. Yeah, jump
held ball. Yep.
Nice job.
Number 22, Trinity. Number 21, Pomona-Pitzer.
It feels like the Skyak at this point is not in the same situation. Nice setup there, wide open for 3. Where the women are, where it's pretty much win or else to get into the tournament. They had 2 in last year. Pomona-Pitzer, as you mentioned.
Close to having 3, I felt.
Yeah, Pomona-Pitzer was one of the last teams remaining when COVID wiped out the tournament. It feels like this is comfortably in the wow.
Jacob Harvey, 7-3.
Comfortably in the potential 2-bid range. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, but it doesn't feel like a 1-bid league anymore.
No, absolutely not. frankly.
I guess it
we
hasn't
haven't
been for
even
a while.
talked about Cal Lutheran.
Right.
Probably the best team in the league, at least in terms of criteria right now, and a big win yesterday against Tufts. Coming down the lane, Hedin, get the bucket and the foul.
Calls on the Tigers, number 14, Jacob Millhouse. That's his second, the team's first. On the line for the Sage Hens, number 12, Jasper Hedin. One shot.
Dean, 57% free throw shooter.
And no good off the front iron.
It's not very encouraging. His own teammate was saying, get the rebound off the miss before he shot it.
Green. Nice move around defenders, but unable to finish. Green was 7 of 19 yesterday.
I've never seen a guy do that before.
To his own teammate?
To his own teammate before he shot the ball. He's like, get the rebound off the rim.
Cookson swings outside. Malarkey on the way, no good. Hedin, yep, puts it in. Ties it up.
Averages 12.5 points per game, so not super efficient from the foul line, but a good score overall, and we're tied at 41.
Everything we hoped this battle last night would have been.
Yes.
And more. Jacob Millhouse nixing that tie game, making it a 2-point lead for the Tigers. Malarkey dribbling to the right. Baseline jumper a little too strong for Bergman. Shot that 18-footer about 20 feet. Putting the ball on the floor, Millhouse coming up. Green, baseline move and a bucket.
Nice
Nicely
quick
done.
move.
Yep.
Quick move to the rim.
Yeah, that guy's got some speed, got some explosiveness.
Just a freshman, too. Wow. Leads the team in scoring, assists, steals, blocks, and field goal percentage.
San Antonio native out of Veterans Memorial High School. Yep, a lot of bold type in that stat line. Malarkey, 3 attempt from the corner, and that rattles in. Cuts that lead to 1.
Harvey for 3. I called him Jacob Marley. Different guy.
Yeah, that was last week's story. Shot good for Tanner Brown.
Well, those are the other two guys. Green and Brown are the other two leading scorers, so see if they can get them going. Back-to-back baskets from those two.
And a little battle on a loose ball. And a foul.
Sage Ends bring Treen back into the game. Charlie Treen, the 6'8" sophomore swing from Ross, California.
Brown with a basketball inside for Barry. Barry, a little turnaround, floats it up there, no good. Tie up on the rebound, this will be Trinity ball.
Mentioned Barry as the Tigers' lone big man in their rotation, but looking at him physically, not a whole lot of difference between him and Green.
I would agree. Shot no good by Brown. He left that well short as he backpedaled into the backcourt. Malarkey for Treen. That's Cookson with it. Bounce pass inside for Avdalovic. Back outside for Malarkey. Shot clock at 10. Cookson at the foul line. Avdalovic back outside. Cookson wide open for 3. Off the back rim, no good. Tipped out. Cookson, fresh 20-second shot clock. 48-44. Tigers with the lead, and Barry gets that rebound and then slips and hits his tailbone pretty hard on the floor. Helped to his feet by his teammates. Foul on Treen is his first. Second team foul here of half number 2. Is our first men's game of the day? That is.
It is, believe it or not.
Followed by, I just had I had doubts for a second. Followed by Clark and Case Western Reserve. Then we finish the night with our bi-coastal matchup of Whittier and Husson. Barry for Green. Shot clock 15. Green takes it to the hole. He's going to count it. He'll go to the line. Braxton Berry heating up here. Braxton Berry along with Green. Green especially heating up here in the second half. 4 of his 6 points, a chance to add to that total here at the foul line.
Missed the free throw. Tigers still lead by 6.
It's their biggest lead of the game. It's Cookson into the paint. Cookson with an easy layup. You see Cookson's talent, right? He's,
yeah. Even on that last possession where he got the offensive rebound, he had a really cool pass where he spun the ball off the floor so that it spun into his teammates' hands.
Harvey back to Green. Green almost has it tied out of his hands. There's Balo from way downtown, and he rattles that one in. Dean Balo, the freshman out of Dallas. And it's a 7-point advantage now for the Tigers, 53-46. Subs at the table waiting for the next dead ball. Treen, this will be a kick ball. He'll put 5 seconds back up on the shot clock. Trinity last night, all they did was survive a 1-point win against Clark, 85-84. Clark came into that game at 8-1. Clark is who awaits Case Western Reserve in the game that follows this one. Here's Cookson. Mid-range jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, and there'll be a foul. Cookson with no fewer than 4 Tigers around him.
Yeah.
Second team foul for the Tigers in the first for Balo. Treen, Cookson in the corner. There's a little fall away, way too strong by Charlie Treen. Trinity on the run. Trinity with, not really with numbers. Harvey dribbles baseline, he's gonna pull it back out. Gets the ball back from Balo. Looks inside for Green. Green back outside. Balo for 3, hits that one too. Balo right in front of his own bench. It's a 10-point advantage for the Tigers of Trinity.
And Trinity once again shooting now close to 50% on the game from 3. This is their 16th made 3 with 12 minutes to play.
4 of 7 from beyond the arc here in the second half. Cookson. Moser with it out on the wing. Big 3 up top for Boyle, no good. Treen rebound, puts it back in.
Reminds me of the Trinity women's game where they're scoring, but they're trading 2s for 3s.
That's not what you want to do, is my recollection. Green.
David Arsenault tells me, yeah.
That's right. Christian Green with another bucket, 8 points for him. Leads back to 10. Pass into the interior. Avdalovic unable to hold on to it. Here's Brown, and Brown is going to draw the foul from Cookson. Cookson doing his best to maintain his distance, use his long arms to try to block that shot. The 6'6" junior got enough contact that we'll have foul shots when we come back. Full timeout for Pomona-Pitzer will take it as well. 10-point advantage for the Tigers of Trinity.
For the love of the game, but for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
We've got more schools than Division I, more fans than Division II, and more upsets than March Madness. There's nearly 850 programs with over 11,000 games leading to 2 national championships. And we've been covering it all for over 2 decades. From Eastern to Occidental, from Puget Sound to Piedmont, from Southwestern to the University of New England, and from Hope to Calvin. Nobody covers Division III basketball like we do. We're D3Hoops.com at www.d3hoops.com.
If you've heard that promo as many times as I have over the last 15 years, you can recite it word for word. Here from Pomona-Pitzer to Trinity University at the D3Hoops.com Classic, and Brown's first free throw around and off.
So I was checking in the 13-year history of the Classic. There have been 27 teams that have come here and gone 2-0.
All right.
17 of them have gone to the NCAA tournament. So I think that's more correlation than causation. I think if you come here and you win 2 games, it means you're pretty good. But certainly doesn't hurt to come here and beat 2 good teams and bolster your resume.
Cookson with the basketball, guarded by Harvey. Moser with it, shot clock 15. Up top, Boyle, and this time the little ball fake is a little too much.
Checking in for the Sages, number 11, Peyton Malarkey. Also checking in, number 12, Jasper Biddy.
We got a bunch of coaches here watching this game. Jason Leone from Oswego, that one makes sense because he'll play Pomona-Pitzer tomorrow. Mark Jensen from Whittier. That one also makes sense because he'll play Pomona-Pitzer twice in conference. Lucky him.
As I thought I saw Richard Reed out here earlier as well.
Yeah, he was out here earlier from the Laverne head coach.
Green with the ball out on the baseline. Oh, nice dump off, but unable to finish with the reverse.
What athleticism from Green.
I know, right?
Turned that into like a baseball pass in midair. That was incredible.
Lead is still 11, and there's a turnover. Green collects it. Coming all the way to the hole with it. Jacob Harvey with the layup. Harvey, 9 of 14 from the floor, give him 27 points. Ball knocked out of bounds, will remain Pomona-Pitzer basketball.
Pomona-Pitzer needs some stops and some points before this game gets completely away from him.
Malarkey's inbounds pass deflected by Jacobs. Harvey gets it up ahead for Balo, who can't finish. Bergman there to collect the board. Pete Boyle. Malarkey with it. Looks at Boyle, decides to give it to Hedin. To Bergman, to Malarkey, open for 3 on the wing, and that one hits the bottom of the net. Big three-pointer, cuts that lead back down to 10.
Malarkey 4 for 4, all of them from behind the arc.
You know, often in this instance, often the shortest guy on the floor, probably by about 3 inches, if not more. Got to get that separation. Looking a little bit more zone here, Pomona-Pitzer. Brown pull up. Jumper's good. And Jimmy Smith's going to take a timeout. Right, you see a new defense.
Yeah.
Just want to get your team together. Let's have a little conversation. Just a reminder about what are the things that we want to do. What are the principles for attacking this particular zone? What's in our playbook that we want to use?
When I interviewed Cameron Hill, the women's coach, he said that today's game was the first time they have ever not played full court press in all of his years there. It's the first quarter court defense that he's ever used. That's kind of incredible.
And why?
I think because of personnel.
Oh, sure.
And to try something different. Mentioned the fact that they hadn't had practice in a while, which is not usually the situation in which you would bust out something brand new. But I lost 3 games in a row.
A couple other games among top 25 action today. Of course, we mentioned it earlier, but it bears repeating. 24th ranked Platteville over number 2 Calvin, 78-56 that game at Trine University. Top-ranked John Carroll defeated Wheaton of Illinois. Wins against quality competition for Christopher Newport, for Emory. WPI with the loss to Gettysburg. Here's Hedin in the lane for 2.
Trine's got a nice event. Trine, Barry.
Yeah, Trine beat
Calvin
Barry. And Platteville.
Platteville.
Barry had trouble with strength of schedule last year too.
That'll fix it.
Obviously, no matter who of the other 3 teams you play at that event, you're going to help that out. And there's a 3 for Balo. 66-53.
He is perfect from 3 also.
13 of 25 from beyond the arc are the Tigers here this afternoon.
Balo and Harvey combined 11 for 15. Oh.
Hedin shot swatted by Green. Green, the team leader in block shots, came into the event with 15.
Yeah, I think that's about as much as the rest of the team combined.
Back iron no good on the long range shot for Hedin, and then Green is going to draw the foul from Pete Boyle, who definitely pushed him from behind.
Yeah, Pomona-Pitzer has committed that particular foul a bunch of times in this game where they've been a little late contesting a rebound and fouled someone.
Timeout, we'll be back after this.
For the love of the game. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can.
Back out here at South Point Arena. Patrick Coleman along with Gordon Mann, Dave McHugh producing. 8:13 to go here in the second half. And number 22, Trinity of Texas, leading number 21, Pomona-Pitzer, 66-53. It's been an incredible three-point shooting performance for Trinity, and then getting Christian Green involved in the offense in the second half. Dean Balo coming off the bench with a bunch of big shots here in the second half as well.
Yeah, Balo, a good three-point shooter, but is shooting 100% here tonight, 4 for 4. Pomona had it down to 8. It seemed like they were starting to build some momentum, and then Green and Balo take it right back to 13.
Cookson loft pass inside for Bergman, tried to back his way back out. Balo takes it away. Little shake and bake. Balo going against Bergman, kicks it outside. Green, long arms, collects it. Gives it to Harvey. Harvey, 27 points. 9 of 14 from the floor, 7 of 11 from beyond the arc. Pulls up, 4-3, yeah, of course. Of course he hits it.
Wow.
8 of 12.
That's now tied the record, right, for threes by a player in a game?
It is the most three-pointers tied for the most three-pointers in a D3Hoops.com Classic game for either men's or women's, in fact. Bergman back iron, no good. Tanner Zeski of Carroll, December 29th of 2017, poured in 8 threes against Pacific Lutheran. That's the number to beat. Green, one-handed shot, good. Man.
Tigers are shooting 57% from the field in this half, and after shooting, and 51 in the game.
I'm going to say something that's a little inside baseball here. This schedule is really difficult to put together, and then Bergman, long two, no good. We released a draft, well, we released what was supposed to be a final version of this schedule back in June that had Trinity not getting this game.
Right.
And we heard about it. It was like, okay, we go back to the drawing board. How can we juggle things around? I agree, Trinity probably should have better games here. You know, obviously there's still almost 6 minutes to go, but Trinity looking like it may come out of here 2-0 against some pretty good teams.
Yeah. Yeah, and this one, again, much like Case Western's win last night, this one is impressive for its complete domination.
Absolutely.
Also checking in number 33, Charlie Tree. He replaces number 12, Jasper Biddy.
.544 remaining in the second half. Cookson with the basketball. Pomona-Pitzer's leading scorer. He's been held to 9 on 3 of 11 shooting. Malarkey dribbles in, kicks outside. Shot no good by Treen, and Harvey there for the rebound. Harvey's 4th rebound of the day.
Tigers now out rebounding the Sage Hens by 1.
Green working against defender. Fenn swings around near side for Harvey. Here is Balo, shot around it off. He wanted that one.
He did.
Cross-court pass.
Tigers playing really good defense. They're just everywhere.
Avdalovic has it knocked away by Green. I don't know if that'll be considered a shot attempt or not.
Yeah, Green now 10 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and unofficially 2 blocks.
Yep, and officially 2 blocks as well. Inbounds pass, and Bergman is going to go to the line.
Caught somebody in the face.
Falls on the Tigers, number 11, Tanner Brown. That's his
They're both hurt.
The team's third.
Bergman's hand and Brown's face.
Now the line for the Sage Hens, number 21, Ty.
It seems like a bad combo.
Yeah, that seems like the face would be, and gets the worst of that. He hit him in the teeth.
First shot good for Bergman. Bergman, a 63% foul shooter. Second one, and that one goes in.
Checking in for the Sage Hens, number 44, Pete Boyle.
Boyle comes back in.
21, Ty Bergman.
Lead is down to 16, and Katsiafikas is going to take another timeout. So we haven't even mentioned it on this broadcast. Charlie's son, named Charlie, plays for Husson. Husson's here at this event. We did not match these teams up against each other because A, we didn't know, B, we really wanted Pomona-Pitzer to have the opponents who we were giving them.
Right. His son also did not see any action for Husson last night, so wouldn't have been as much fun if he was just on the bench. Tigers 14 of 27, 52% from 3. And the Sage Hens 6 of 21, 29%. Tigers 14 threes and 13 twos. And Jimmy Smith, his 4th year at Trinity, 64, now 65 and 15 record. Overall, 168 and 100.
Yeah, he kind of moved around a little bit.
Yeah, he has touched a lot of the teams in his conference or the one he's going to. Shriner, Millsaps, Texas Lutheran. Conference Coach of the Year in the SCAC 3 times, twice at Texas Lutheran, once at Trinity.
Our Trinity knocked out of NCAA tournament consideration on the final day last year when they lost to Shriner in the SCAC tournament final.
And that's who they will play when they get back home.
Probably won't be too difficult to get them to focus on that particular game. Trap in the backcourt attempted, but Trinity passes out of it. Brown, Balo with it. Balo, lob pass, and Green can't finish, but Green is fouled. They're going to get Owen Avdalovic for the foul, and that would be number 4.
Tigers and Shriner adding more intrigue to that matchup when they meet in San Antonio early next week. The only 2 teams who are 4-0 in conference. St. Thomas 3-1, Colorado College 2-1.
Yeah, teams come out of here and they generally do not have a lot of re-entry time before you get right back into very important conference games.
Yeah. In fact, the conference actually has games in action tonight. St. Thomas hosting Colorado College, Texas Lutheran hosting Austin, Southwestern hosting University of Dallas.
Well, thank you, Dwayne Hanbury, for letting Trinity get out of the schedule to be here tonight and this week. Both men and women here at this event. 3 on the way, and that is good for Pete Boyle. Boyle's kind of struggled here in this game, but now he's in double figures.
Yeah,
14.
I'm not sure there's enough time left for Pomona-Pitzer to get back in this game, but you'd like to be playing a little better when you head into tomorrow's game against Oswego State.
There's the Balo to Green alley-oop.
Harvey's still on the floor. He needs one more for the classic record. One more 3.
Boyle picks up his dribble. Malarkey of Dalovic. Here's Treen at the foul line, and that rattles in. 74-60.
Pomona-Pitzer, I guess they're fresh. They've only played 1 game in a month. They've only used 7 players, really. Moser saw a little bit of time in the first. There's the record.
That's Balo, 5
that's
of 6.
Balo. Sorry, just looked up and saw it was in and just assumed it was Harvey.
No longer a safe assumption. Balo's having a great second half.
Yeah.
Malarkey from about 25, no good. Rebound comes down to Harvey.
Yeah, Balo's 5 for 6 from 3, 5 for 8 overall. And a pretty good shooter, 38%, 42% from the field, 80% for the foul line. Real nice player off the bench for Coach Smith.
Here's Harvey.
There's the record.
Bang!
He must have known it, too.
I don't know, but he was very happy.
Yeah, the look to the crowd with the little smile on his face. That was...
Three-pointer number 9.
Yeah, I think he knew.
I mean, that's one of the ones that's in the program,
It is
right?
in the program, yep. It's a nice moment. Now he looks over. He looks over at us, so with a smile. So he knew. It's a lot more fun when it's a big deal to the players and the team. I remember Concordia Moorhead, their women, when they celebrated like they had won the conference when they went 2-0 here last year.
They beat Amherst.
Yeah.
That was a big deal at the time.
Right.
Then other teams also beat Amherst.
Right. True. Concordia Moorhead had a nice season, but
they did, just not enough to get in. When you only have 3 non-conference games.
Yeah, even if you win 2 of them, it's good opponents. I don't know how much longer they will leave Harvey on the floor. And they've used 11 guys, so it's not a short roster. Oh, my.
Keep trying that alley-oop.
Oh, man.
Actually going to get in the D3 dunk speed.
He was way up there. He tried to dunk that from his chest. He was so high up in the air. Well, Ryan Scott likes to track such things, but I think you can safely include him on your short list of potential rookies of the year.
There you go.
It's so hard to tell at this level because there's 400 teams and no way to follow the best freshmen on all of them. But it helps if you're nationally ranked and undefeated. That will shine the spotlight a little more on you.
And the team's leading scorer coming into the weekend. Little reverse layup, a little bit too strong for Tanner Brown. Tigers up by 18 with 1:42 and counting. Boyle. Bergman almost has it knocked out of his hands. Here's a 3 attempt for Moser, no good. Offensive rebound for Hedin, cross-court pass. Here's Moser again. That one's no good either. Green comes down with the board. Christian Green, rebound number 8. Green has 10 assists.
Yeah, he's a complete player. He's 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. He's not going to get it likely in the next 70 seconds, but maybe you want to let him run the play and
miss a couple shots.
Throw the ball off the backboard to himself a couple times.
Here's Brown, drains it. Charlie Katsiafikas takes a timeout just to get his substitutions.
What's the record for team threes in a game? That's their 17th.
Oh, it's 25.
Oh, my goodness.
The Ohio Wesleyan against Ramapo in 2017 in that epically big scored game. That game that was 98-69. 17 is the second best as it goes from 25 to 16.
Well, they filled in the gap by one. So
Achille Daniels Condon with the basketball, shot no good. Also into the game, Connor Fitzgerald for the first time, and Cooper Blado.
Again, I'll put you on the spot here a little bit with the carnage on the ballot and what you've seen from Trinity. How much do they move up?
I mean, they definitely move up. There's a lot of things that have happened this week, so week plus. Since the last time we voted there, I think, it doesn't hurt to do it in front of a couple of voters and people watching online in a week like this. So I think, I have an opinion, but really what's going to inform that is what the people on Twitter, those 8 voters on Twitter who
do they vote
talk
as a
about
block?
it all the time. Well, there's definitely, it seems like there's some groupthink, and Trinity
just runs out,
takes the shot clock violation.
Yeah. Sounds like you got some collusion there in the men's poll.
The final score. Trinity University, the number 22 ranked Tigers, defeat number 21 Pomona-Pitzer Sagehens by the score of 83-62. No surprise, Jacob Harvey is going to be named to the all-tournament team. Let's see which plaque he ends up getting.
Yeah, you should stick around and watch this game because it probably will inform that, the Case Western Clark matchup.
May well do so, but he walks out of here along with his teammates with a 2-0 record here at this event. Jacob Harvey with the 9 3-pointers sets the tournament record for 3-point baskets by an individual. And all in all, just an impressive performance all around for the Tigers of Trinity University. They improve to 13-0. Pomona-Pitzer takes its first loss on the season, and they fall to 9-1. Abbreviated version of the final stats, although we are in decent shape as the schedule goes for getting our next game off.
5 minutes ahead of schedule, yeah.
Start with Pomona-Pitzer as they fall 83-62. Sagehens led by Jasper Hedin, 14 points, 6 of 14 shooting. Peyton Malarkey, 4 of 5 from the floor, all from beyond the arc for his 12 points. Joe Cookson struggled, held to 11 points, 3 of 11 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3-point range. He did have 4 assists and 6 turnovers, but turned the ball over a team high 5 times. Pete Boyle with 10, Ty Bergman with 9, Charlie Treen with 6, and then 5 players who played but did not score for the total of 62 points. 23 of 60 from the floor, 38%, 7 of 26 from beyond the arc, 27%, and 9 of 12 from the foul line for 75% for Pomona-Pitzer. Rebounding even, Trinity with a 1 rebound advantage, 36-35, 13 turnovers for Pomona-Pitzer compared to 10 for Trinity. And Trinity was led by the aforementioned Jacob Harvey, 33 points, 11 of 17 from the floor, 9 of 13 from beyond the arc. Also had 5 rebounds, also had 2 assists, also had 2 steals. Dean Balo, the freshman off the bench, 15 points, 5 of 6 from beyond the arc, 5 of 8 from the floor. Christian Green, 13 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds in his 32 minutes and 51 seconds. Tanner Brown with 11. And then you go down to Grayson Herr off the bench with 5. Abdullah Roberts with 2, Zach Fenn with 2, Jacob Millhouse with 2. Braxton Berry started, but played only 13 minutes. Was held to 0 for 1 shooting, did not score, but did have tied for the team high with 8 rebounds. Totals for Trinity, 31 to 61 from the floor, 51%, 17 to 31 from downtown, 55%, 4 of 7 from the foul line. As we come up waiting for our next game, Gordon pointing at the Case team coming out in their
They're in the Western Reserve uniforms. Very cool, the Red Cats. Yeah, the Red Cats of Western Reserve. Very nice.
Enjoy that. They wear those. I guess the blue uniforms, there's an issue, huh?
Oh, don't spoil it for me. Just tell me that it's on purpose. That's great.
That's awesome. That's a nice look. They do that occasionally.
I didn't know
over
that.
the course of the season, so that'll be fun.
Very nice.
We just don't have enough red in this tournament. So that game is coming up in just a few minutes. But again, Gordon, final thoughts on this game we just witnessed.
I think for Pomona-Pitzer, you can chalk some of it up to rust, first game in a little while, some of it up to playing a team shooting out of their minds. But in Trinity, so that's kind of the Pomona-Pitzer story. We'll see how they play against Oswego State tomorrow, and 2 teams ranked looking for to head home with a win. But for Trinity of Texas, I'm just extremely impressed. I mean, you can't not be impressed when Harvey hits 9 threes, but also, just a very good depth off the bench. Balo obviously shot very well tonight, but even if he's not going to shoot quite as highly as he did tonight, they have nice depth off the bench, and Christian Green is a player to watch. He is athletically so gifted and has a great basketball mind, and just his instincts. When you combine the instincts with the ability that he has, he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I wish he was on my team for the next 3.5 years. Let's put it that way.
You heard it from Gordon Mann, and that is our final score. We'll go to a break. Got about 20 minutes. We'll come out with the next one, but the final score here. Number 22, Trinity of Texas, 83. Number 21, Pomona-Pitzer, 62. Good afternoon, everybody.